When you think of sports medicine, you may think of an athlete getting injured during practice or a big game, but that's not always the case. Everyday life can take a toll on your joints and muscles, so whether you're an athlete, a weekend warrior, or just someone struggling with everyday injuries and muscle aches, the providers here at Genesis Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine in Bettendorf have you covered. And today we are with Genesis physical therapists Keegan Horack and Andrew Piotter at Genesis Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine in Bettendorf in this segment sponsored by QC Fit Fest. Thank you guys for having us out here.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so first off, tell us a little bit about the services that you guys provide.
Sure. So this is a physical therapy clinic. We have occupational therapy and physical therapy out here. We do tend to focus on more sports medicine, but we do see a wide range of clients that are coming back from orthopedic injuries. We are located inside the TBK Bank Sports Complex, so we have access to all of the state-of-the-art equipment in here, and so that really helps with people who want to be very active and tend to be in that population of people that want to stay active throughout their lives.
Yeah, and you guys, there's a lot of equipment inside here. Tell us about some of this equipment and exactly what you offer for patients.
Some of the ones that we do have that we're not highlighting, we use blood flow restriction, and so that's technology used a lot of times in post-surgical situations to help get people stronger without having to load them up with a lot of resistance. We also have a metabolic analyzer, so it's called the PNOE system, and so it's like a little backpack that you wear, and it gives us an idea about how you're working metabolically while you're exercising. We also have the Alter G, which is an anti-gravity treadmill, and our model is a high-speed model, so for runners that are working at a high level, they can actually run at high speeds as well on that. And then also the force plates, which we plan to highlight here today, we use with a lot of patients and non-patients in certain situations. So.
Okay, so yeah, tell us a little bit about the force plates and who would actually benefit from using this.
Sure, so we use force plates in a lot of situations, but a lot of times post-surgically. You have patients that, for example, are not wanting to bear weight equally when they're squatting or even in a shoulder situation, pushing off, and so we can use the force plates to give them an idea for objectively how much force they're putting through their limbs as they're moving, and so it allows us to give them that data and feedback while they're actually on the force plates to be able to change where they're at in space. And so it's a really neat piece of technology that we utilize for patients, and then also for clients that are not patients. We have athletes and teams coming through here that do baseline testing on them, and so we then use that data from the baseline testing to give them an idea of how they're progressing with their strength and conditioning programs, or if they do get injured, we can use that data to then make some decisions for them for returning to sport.
That's very important, especially for athletes who think that they might be ready, but you know, when you look at the graphs or the outcome when they get on some of these, or that on this particular machine, to find out maybe they're not so much ready, right?
Exactly. And you can put someone in front of a mirror and you maybe see some shifting going on, but until you actually see that data on a screen, it's really hard to correct it. Yeah,
that's amazing how far we have come with some of this equipment. So let's talk about the Alter G. So who would benefit from this?
Yeah, so the Alter G is a pretty impressive piece of equipment we have. Alter G and is the idea that we're going to alter gravity. And with that, we can do a lot of things. We can actually put people into this machine that's a simple treadmill with a vacuum type suction that allows us to eliminate gravity in the sense that instead of 100% of my body weight, I could start walking with up to 10%, 20%. As I progress through rehab, obviously early on, people come in with crutches, walkers, and things. They could actually utilize this equipment in a rehab setting in preparation for getting stronger and building that strength so that soon enough, obviously our goal is to get them back to 100%.
All right, so is anyone allowed to use this equipment, or do you have to be a patient?
Yeah, so obviously we use this with patients. It's a great tool, just like our force decks. We just think about these as tools. A lot of therapists, we watch different things in mirrors and cameras and whatnot, but boy, these are great tools that we use to help get better outcomes for our patients. So we do use them in the patient population, but Keegan, we also have the opportunity for patients to come in as well, right?
Yeah, non-patients. So a lot of times we have runners coming in who are maybe trying to increase their distances for their running, but don't want that same amount of impact or load from running, full body weight. Or, for example, this time of year, sometimes you're deloading with your distances, and running outside can be hard, and so it's a good tool for people in that situation, as well as sometimes people have like stress fractures, and so this would allow them to then still do their activity, but we're taking body weight off, so you're not stressing the bones and joints as much, and so it's a really cool tool in that situation.
Yeah, what an amazing piece of equipment. Tell us about some of the equipment at your other locations.
Yes, so as Keegan mentioned, we have the blood flow restriction. That actually is at most of our locations now. The other equipment we have, like the Ultra G, we have at our 53rd Street location in Davenport. The same goes with our force plates that we actually they're portable, so we can take them as needed to different clinics and locations. That's
amazing. That's great news for so many people. All right, so you are one of the title sponsors at the upcoming QC Fit Fest on February 18th and 19th at the Bend Expo Center. Will you have any of this equipment that we've been talking about available to try out at your booth?
Yeah, so we plan to bring the force plates with us, and so that'll be there for anybody who's coming to use them, get a feel for what that's like, as well as I think we may be bringing the blood flow restriction cuffs just so people can get a feel for that and see how hard it is to actually move while you're using them, and you'd be surprised how tired they make you without using like heavy weights, so it's pretty cool.
Okay, so what's the best way for people to get in touch with you, maybe set up an appointment?
Sure, so we actually have a phone number that people can reach out to for free screens. So as physical therapists, we offer the opportunity for a patient to come in who may have an ache or a pain from something on the weekend. Maybe it's something that's been lingering for a while. And then we also have a website, of course, genesishealth.com.
All right, wonderful. What great equipment that you have here. Keegan and Andrew, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today.
Yeah, no problem.
Again, this segment was sponsored by QC Fit Fest, which will be held at the Bend Expo Center in East Moline on February 18th and 19th. For anybody interested in going to QC Fit Fest, you can purchase your tickets online at qcfitfest.com and will be entered to win this workout machine that you see on your screen. And for more information, you can visit qcfitfest.com, and you can also find all of these details at ourquadcities.com.